morning, students. Today we start with the second part of this chapter. Last time in this chapter I have told you about globe, I told you about map, I told you about sketch, and I told you about the plan. Right? So in order to read a map, right? Because a map is a basic tool to learn the geography, to study geography. So map is a very basic tool for it. Right? So you should know how to read a map. Right? So in order to learn how to read a map, you should know some of its features, right? Now some of its features, essential features of map, which are given here, that I am going to tell you that how to understand those features of a map. So first, most important tool of the map is scale. What scale is? It is actually the ratio between two places on the map and the two places actually on the ground. So the ratio between what scale is? It is ratio. What scale is? It is ratio of between two places on ground and on map. Right? So what it is? Right. So what scale is? Scale is ratio between two places on ground and on the map. Right? So we should know about the types of scale also, so that we could easily understand, because different cartographers or different maps, you can see there, they have different types of scales, right? So first scale that we have is verbal scale. In verbal scale, they write verbally like 1 centimeter equals to 10 kilometers, or 1 centimeter equals to 100 kilometers, right? That means 1 centimeter on the difference between two places. If the difference between two places on the map is 1 centimeter, that means on actual ground the difference between those two places is 10 kilometers, right? So this is the verbal scale, right? And next is linear scale. What linear scale is? They will show you a scale like this, and they will have the set of fragments over here, right? And this is they have the primary divisions, they have the secondary divisions here, right? And they will show you this portions here, and they will tell you about like this, right? So through this portion, if they are going to tell you something, that means they are telling you about that if the difference between two places is this much, then that means that the actual distance on the ground is 100 kilometers, right? So if this scale is given in this format on the map, right, that I told you here, if you see this map, okay, I am bringing it close to you, you can see here the scale is what is written here, right? So you can see there, yes, this is the linear scale given in this map. You can closely view here, yes. Okay, so next we have the RF, representative fraction scale, right? What representative fraction scale is? It is when the scale is shown in the fraction, then we call it a representative fraction scale. It is like this, like it is given in the ratio. We also call it RF scale. What we call it? RF scale. They will show you like 1 ratio equals to this much, right? And this much the ratio they are giving you. Okay, so if we have to convert this scale, then what we will going to do is we have to divide this scale from 1 lakh, right? If we divide this unit from to 1 lakh, right, then what will happen is it will show you the results. That is 10. That means 1 centimeter is equals to 10 kilometers on the ground. So when the scale is given in this ratio form, then we can say that this is the RF scale, or the representative fraction of the scale, right? So now I think you understand the scale of the map. Second is the direction of the map, right? So I think you all know about the directions of the map, and I have told you in various classes also, in previous classes also, and though no problem in that, I'll tell you again here. So what happens here is we have the 4 main directions, cardinal directions. Cardinal directions we have. So we should know that main directions. Those main directions that we have is 4 directions. That is north on the top, south, east, and west. So most probably every map is made with this directions. Means always most of the map have the north position upwards, but it depends on the type of map. They may have some other directions also, but probably it is being told that on top of it should have a north direction. So every map has a direction in it also. So you can find it here. It is given on the arrow based over here, or it is given on the side portions also, right? So this is the map which is in front of you. So here I am telling you about. So north, south, east, west. So these are the main four directions. Those are the directions of a map. So in order to study the map, we should know the direction. Suppose if we have find out through the scale that this place is this much kilometer, right? And if I am going to stuck here, like suppose that if I become a police officer and I am being posted here. So through the maps, if I have to go somewhere in that area, then I have find it out that through scale that this area this much kilometers. So what the benefit of a scale is, how should I know? Sorry, to benefit I get the distance, but how should I know I have to go to 10 kilometers in which direction, right? It's not easy for me because I don't know, because if I am being appointed police officer here, then I don't know about in which direction this place is, right? So through direction I can find out that I have to walk 10 kilometers, but in which direction? Yes. So through this direction we can easily find out that we have to walk this much kilometer into which direction, right? So on map, on top of it, arrow is given. If that arrow is given, that means that side is like this. On top of it, they will give you an arrow. That means on top of it, it is north. Then you can find out on opposite side south. Then we have east and the west. So through this direction, you can easily find out. So we have north, south, east and west. These are the main cardinal directions at every map, four main directions. Apart from it, we have some directions also in the map. That is northeast, no, okay, and then we have southeast, we have southwest, and we have the northwest, right? So these are, I am circling it. Northeast, it is between north and east. There is northeast. There is southeast between south and east. There is southwest between south and west. This is northwest between north and the west, right? So these are the four sub directions that we have there, right? So I hope so you got this why we need the direction on the map, and you should know the value of direction on the map, right? What is it is used, so that when you are finding the distance between two places, then you should also know in which direction you have to move, right? Next is it comes the title of the map, right? Yes, it is an important tool. You should know that which type of map you are having, right? Based on your purpose, we have different types of map. We have, last time I told you about topographic map, political map, physical map, and others map too we have, right? So based on our purpose, for what purpose we are we are searching for map, or for what purpose we need the map, so that we may get through this, okay, through title of the map. It is given there: political map, physical map, topographical map, or we have learned about the mountains or geographical features that we have. So the title is given there. Next we have the legends, right? So what legends are that I am telling you. What legends are? Legends are the symbols. What legends are? Legends are the symbols. What legends are? These are the symbols, because it is not possible for all of us to write everything on the map, right? You are getting my point? So because suppose if I am making a map of Uttar Pradesh, right? So it's not possible for me to write that where the airports are. If I write everything, each and everything, then it will make the mashup in the map, right? So it is not possible for everyone to understand that map, right? So it is very basic need to write these legends. Like suppose that if I make an sign of something like aeroplane, right? So plane, that if you are making, that means we have the airports here, right? If I make a lines like this, right, that means we have the railways here. And if I make lines like this, that means roads are there, right? If I make lines like this and this is with the blue color, if this is filled with blue color, okay, I'll take a blue color, then I'm going to tell you. If this is filled with blue color, that means what is there is we have the river. Okay, so like this we have a lots of symbols, and you should know those symbols. Then only you are going to understand. Yes, I'll text you those symbols there. Okay, then you can read those symbols that I am showing you here. Like here, yes, you can point it here. Temples, mosque, church, lake, dam, canal, right? So all those simple symbols that we have. So these symbols which were given on the map, right? Those were the legends that we know. We should know those symbols. If you know those symbols, then you can understand that whether this is a road, whether it is a railway line, whether here it is airport, whether it's a river here, water here, bridge there, where the bridge is, where what is, right? So these legends you can get it there in every map, right? Next, it comes about the grid. Yes, most important tool. I'm going to rub this. Grid. What grid is? Grid is intersection of lines on a map, right? Like on a map, they have the intersection of lines. Okay, and every line has a value. Like I told you on the previous class that north side, south side, west side, east side, they have the particular degrees, right? So these grids help us to locate a particular place on the map, right? Why these grids are helpful to you? Because if you know that I am here in India and I am teaching you that here India is. Suppose any other teachers from any other country or from any other place teaches anyone that this is our country here, then it is not possible for everyone to get the same knowledge that where this place is particularly located, right? So in order to learn this world globally, we should know the grades, right? The grade value where this particular state, particular country lies in, right? So I'm going to tell you through the map grids here. So I'll show you grids in the map. So seeing this map, you will see that intersection lines were given there, right? I'll send you that map also. The intersection lines are given on the map, right? Those were the grids through which we can understand that where this particular country is arising. Suppose these grids are here, and here we start with 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, right? Okay, and here we start with 0, 10, 20, 30, north or east. So as per that, they locate a particular country here, right? So it's not possible to frame this all. So like this, we have this intersection of grids. So through this grids, they have a particular value. To that value, yes, they locate the grid. Okay. Thank you. That's all for today. Next topic I'll tell you tomorrow.